We are now live with another emergency broadcast from my secret and secure bunker facility in my mom's basement. Now, before I start criticizing hardworking Americans on their job performance, I just want to make it clear that even though I was born into wealth, and thank God that I don't have to go out and work a job and be judged on the merits of my performance, I will say this. Sometimes after I have a highball or two of single malt whiskey, I like to astral project out into the more urban areas of America to empathize and understand the struggles of the average working class, middle class American who has now basically been pushed down into adjacent to slavery. As you listen to me pontificate, just understand that I may not physically be in a position to relate to the masses spiritually. I am an authority, and I have a lot of time to explore the finer things in life, and also the spiritual realm, where we will all eventually meet again and rejoice together in solidarity. Now, I believe that the screening requirements for the secret Social Security Service, who protects the president, may have become a little bit lax. Okay, we used to have grooming requirements, drug testing requirements for a reason. Because we want to make sure that these people are filled with hatred, toxicity, anger, self-loathing, rage. I mean, we want these people, in spite of the scientific evidence, to believe that they can smash their face into a bullet to stop it. And I've met people like that literally think that a bullet will bounce off of them. These are the type of people that we need protecting our president and our elected officials. Because you know what? I love anarchy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset about any of this. But some people are, and I feel like I need to address it because I'm the only one who truly understands and can speak on the matter. Okay? I think the idea of playing Russian roulette with our leadership instead of using voting, just put them up on stages around the country with lax security and let lone gunmen with a single bullet from a grassy knoll sort out who's going to be in positions based on how good they are at their Neo-style bullet dodging in the Matrix. And if you can't do that, then I'm not sure that you're really qualified to hold the position. Anyway, we might vote for you out of ignorance. And let me just say, my ignorance knows no bounds. I'm not judging anyone for being ignorant. I think it's great. Education is for fools. It just teaches you to listen, obey, conform, not independent thought. Independent thought is ignorance, and ignorance is bliss. Can't beat it. Wouldn't want to. Highly recommend it. So again, if we want to go the anarchist route and just give up on voting and the whole system, for it. I'm here for it, okay? But a lot of people want this system that we've had, the boomer system of voting to continue. So I have some concerns about the people that we're putting in these positions, and we're going to go through it, okay? Let me switch over to my other location. Okay, now we are in front of my projection board. So, first of all, I don't trust anyone with long hair. And this man on the right here, with long hair, leader of the Secret Social Security Services, again, tasked with protecting the president and other candidates from assassination. We used to have grooming requirements. High and tight. Why are we letting this man get away with it? I don't have an answer for you. I'm asking the questions here. You are supposed to answer, okay? Exhibit number 1. Exhibit number 2. Now, unless the job of this young man is to duck down in case there's a shooter from behind, and their job is to protect their own life, allowing the bullet to pass cleanly overhead and into the person that they're meant to protect, I have questions about this. Was this person supposed to be standing and eagerly awaiting their death because they hate themselves and the world and they don't care about anything but their job? These are the type of people, workaholics, people that don't see any meaning to life except for money and doing their job well so they can brag to other people at cocktail parties about it. I don't think we have a vetting process that is separating out the wheat from the chaff. I want you to be so full of hate that you build yourself, you dig a well and you jump into it head first. And I don't want there to be anybody around. I don't want you to have a rope to escape. I don't want to hear you bitching about drowning in a well that you dug yourself and then jumped into head first. And you know what? If you do that and we get there in time, we extract you and appoint you as the leader of the Secret Service. Secret Social Security Service, I'm sorry. This person seems to care about their life. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Now, if the job was tactically, doing something close to the ground, tactically picking up trash, tactically laying floor tiles, tactically avoiding low-hanging branches, I could see them being highly qualified. But if your job is to stand up and take a bullet for someone else who's paying you, like a man, this man is not doing their job. Exhibit C, okay? This man is crouching behind a curtain, trash can type object, while these other men are grabbing handrails for safety and brandishing a firearm loosely at the ground because it knows what it did. It deserves to have that weapon pointed directly at it for being down there. And we're going to get the tactical person to get involved. Okay, maybe that's their job, is to assault the ground. This person is only pointing a firearm like a coward at it? No, we have people that will get down there and get up close and personal with it. They're going to wrestle with it. Okay? Highly qualified for that job. Probably not the person crouching, not qualified for the job of standing up and intercepting a bullet because they hate themselves and love the person paying them more than life itself. Job requirement. That's number 1. It's the only one. We don't even need to talk about more requirements. Exhibit D. Again, more crouching. This man, if we have a role that requires tactical crouching, tactical lunges, tactical squats, low sandwich making, as a short man myself, who is not physically gifted, a mere 275 pounds of fat and stupidity, I'm not qualified either. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I should be in this position. I have too much going for me to want to die for someone else, but some people don't. We need people like that to stand in front of bullets, because not all these elected or non-elected officials, people who are trying to get elected, not all of them have developed the skills inside the Matrix that we all have access to. Bullet dodging, calling payphones to get out of dire situations where a dump truck is about to run them over. Flying. Interfering with time. Breaking the system and resetting the Matrix. We all have this power. But we choose to watch Netflix instead of honing it, perfecting it, embracing it, making it bigger, making it stronger, making it faster. That's what I'm spending my time doing, not slaving away for a wage. Okay? And we just cannot, how do you intercept a bullet when the bullet is up here and you're bending down to tie your shoes? Okay? Not the right time. Wear slip-ons. Laces. What are you, a boomer? Velcro has been invented. Okay? Elastic allows for the shoe to expand to your foot when it's going on and contract automatically. It's not even electronic. It's just rubber. Do we not have this kind of technology in our own government? We're sending hundreds of billions of dollars overseas. We can't get the secret social security services appropriate tactical footwear with steel toes and metatarsal protection and grip and very aggressive tread, because we can't have them slipping and falling down. Again, not a good position to intercept a sniper assassin bullet trajectory when you're on the ground, unless the person you're protecting has equally inappropriate footwear and they slip as well. Then in that one case, you're in a perfect position. Okay? Enough about this nonsense. Let's get back to my other set in the basement bunker. We're back. Okay, so the next point that I want to bring up is the fact that there's an emerging single-issue voter class in America and abroad and everywhere. In the ether. That single issue is, how close have you come to dying in your assassination attempt? Number one. And part of the same, number one, how many times has it happened? Okay? So you've really only got two candidates left, because the other guy is shooting hot caca into his diaper, bending over at the waist and grunting. I couldn't hear it, but it looked like a grunt. And shooting liquid hot magma, hot caca, into his britches on stage. Additionally, no one even cares about him enough to try to assassinate him one time. No faster way, currently, as an elected official, to become irrelevant than to have no assassination attempts on your record whatsoever. It tells me that you're a plant. You're not saying anything to piss anybody off. You're staying in the middle. Nobody likes a fence sitter. No one. You got to be out there saying controversial, horrible things in order to get the support of other American voters who also think the same way that you do and say the same things in private in their home because they're too cowardly to say it out in public. We need to change that too. It's not just for elected officials. You can be toxic in public as well. And don't, everybody says toxic masculinity. That I find that disgusting. You gender pigs who judge people on the way they look and assign them a gender association based on the way they look, putting them in this construct that we've all created, doesn't exist. There's no difference. No one can even tell me what a woman is. I don't even know if they exist anymore. We're all men, okay? So I don't care who you are. We can all be toxic. It's not just toxic masculinity. I want just toxicity. We need to get rid of the gender roles. We need to move past this. Progressive politics is just about hatred and violence. So if you want to be regressive, if you want to be conservative, yeah, okay, maybe try to show some empathy to people. And you disgust me if that's what you think is appropriate in this current climate. Wildly inappropriate is my feeling on the matter. So, right now you have Donald Trump in the lead as far as I can tell based on the single issue voting of how many times have you tried to be how many attempts of assassination have been attempted and tried, and how close did they come? Did they draw blood? Did you get an awesome photo after? That is so good that it's suspicious, but I take things at face value. I don't like to look into things. Very little research. We're just going with gut instincts, snap decisions, hot takes. And the hot take here today is that in close second, we have RFK Jr. now. The two frontrunners. He's only got 9% of the vote right now. But wait until people hear about the fact that there was a person who tried to impersonate one of his security detail, was not on the security detail, and had a gun on him. Now, sadly, he was arrested before he could make an attempt on RFK's life, putting him in a distant second to now once almost assassinated Donald Trump with a bullet hole in his ear. Better than a tattoo. Permanent. Shows people that you don't fuck around. Also gave him a perfect chance to show that he will not be kowtowed to the fear of death. Respect. Death is another construct. It's all bullshit. When you die, it's the beginning of a new life in the energy realm, in the spiritual realm, where you lose the limitations of this flesh meat suit that sucks. This thing sucks. I am so much more than this stupid meat suit. I am an eternal being. Part of the universe. Part of God. A creation of God. Eternal. Fantastical. Megarific. I can't say enough good things about myself, but that's enough for right now. So RFK, he just needs a more legitimate guy. We need some rooftops that are unprotected near his next rally to give him a chance to catch up, because it's not fair to just allow one guy to get all the assassination attempts, you know? I want to be inclusive. I want to have diversity in my candidates that have had assassination attempts on them. I wish that we could get more diversity in the field, because sadly it's all white men, which is part of the problem. So maybe if we could ramp up the assassinations, I'm not going to do it. I have no interest. Boring. I have better things to do. I have a infinity pool and a helicopter. I don't have time. Just the maintenance on the helicopter. It's a full-time job. That's why we hired someone to do it. Ergo de facto, I'm rich. Well, not me. My mom, but someday. Anyway, we're getting off topic. The point is that the old guy who can't remember anything and calls his vice president Trump and president of Ukraine Putin and stuff like that, I mean, it's not a fluke. It just keeps happening. He can't think. He can't hold his diarrhea, which is the bare minimum for being president, I think, is being able to hold your diarrhea for a 20-minute speech, maybe an hour on stage. I can do it. I can hold my diarrhea for at least 45 minutes. Guaranteed. I've done it. Come at me. Anyway, the point is, if we want to have a competitive race, we need more assassination attempts, period. And right now, in my book, I don't care what the polls say. Those are nonsense. It's all fabricated. It's fake news. Media is controlled by corporate interests, and they lie to you every day, so you can't believe anything that they say. However, I'm giving you hard facts. We can all see how many assassination attempts, and that's what voting is now based on. So, do away with the whole thing. I want just anarchy and chaos. Because in anarchy and chaos, beautiful systems bloom, like humanity, and this planet, and the universe, full of chaos and entropy. We never know what's going to happen. An asteroid could be headed for Earth right now to wipe us all out. There could be a crazy leader of a nuclear-armed nation who is just itching to push that button, resulting in the escalation protocol ensuring that we are all mutually destroyed, as we should be. And it doesn't matter because we're all going to die anyway. And this whole thing, the whole experiment, whatever this is going to end at the minimum in 3 billion years, if you believe in science, when the sun expands into a red giant phase, and its diameter will be approximately the size of the orbit of Mars, placing the Earth firmly inside the fusion core, hot fission core, the hot interior of the sun's type of reaction, which is magic. So, why wait? Why wait? Become trans life for people that don't identify with life and they want to transition to not being alive should be respected, and it's not. It's shunned. It's a bad word. These other trans movements are gaining in their support. People still will not support the trans life movement. Some people just do not identify with the conflict and hatred, and they want to become trans life. Who am I to stop them? Who am I? It's every free, sovereign being's right to choose their fate and to do as they see fit. And if you want to be ignorant, then that's cool too. And if you want to reject other people's positions and beliefs, so be it. Not my problem. Okay? Anyway, that's all. I don't even, whatever.